On Sports Radio, The Fan, 107.9 FM, 1560 AM, and anywhere you listen online and podcast. You can be a part of the conversation at 321-984-1234. Now, here's your host, Mark Moses.
Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome indeed, yes, to a Thursday edition of the Mark Moses Show, only right here on Sports Radio 107.9 FM, 1560 AM, and anywhere you listen online and podcast. Let's get right into it. The Orlando Magic played their NBA opener last night for the 24-25 season. They were there in Miami. You saw it, I saw it, your grandma saw it, my cat saw it. The Magic went down there, and they laid the smackdown on the Miami Heat. 116-97. And honestly, that doesn't even tell the story. It was worse than that if you're a Miami Heat fan. That was an all-time beatdown by the Orlando Magic. It was a game at halftime. I think it was tied at halftime. And it was going back and forth, and both teams were playing well. Then all of a sudden, it kind of reminded me of what happened on Monday Night Football, where Baltimore played with Tampa, where Tampa came out, got up 10-0, and then Baltimore said, "Oh, that's cute. Watch this," and then stomped the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on national TV. That's what it felt like last night in that basketball game, where it was a game and a half, third quarter starts, and the Orlando Magic said, "Enough of these jabronis. It's time to put them away on their home court." And that's exactly what they did. They dominated the Heat in that basketball game on their court. Remember, the Magic were not good on the road last year. They were not. They were great at home, but not really that good. I know that's bad grammar. Not a good performing basketball team on the road last year. Well, maybe that changes, because that was a big-time performance. And you saw the stud for the Orlando Magic, Paolo Banchero, leading the way. 33 points. What is it? I'm looking at the stats. What is 11 rebounds? He had 26 and 10 halfway through the third quarter. He could have had more. If he was really trying in that fourth, if they really, really wanted to stick it to them, talking about the Heat, Paolo could have had 50 last night if he wanted to. Franz Wagner also had 23 in the win. Big time. You know what was really big in that game last night? Gary Harris coming off the bench, especially in the second quarter, hitting them threes. He had 18 points. He hit 6 3-pointers. Yeah, 6 times 3, 18. That was big for the Orlando Magic. Coming off a year where they were the 5 seed, made the playoffs, lost in round 1, game 7 there in Cleveland. They've been stewing on that. They've been sitting on that. They've been simmering on that. And they unleashed it on the Miami Heat last night. And I put this on Twitter, and you can follow me there at Mark Moses Show. I wrote it this morning. I'm going to say it right now. I really mean this. The Miami Heat, who went to the NBA Finals in 2020 and in 2022, led by Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, all those guys. They're great. They are great. But last night felt like a changing of the guard in this state, where the Heat over the last 10, 15 years have been a great basketball organization, and they've been, NBA Finals, deep playoff runs, conference finals, NBA All-Star games. Like, they're a great organization. They really are. But it felt like last night, for the first time in a long time, it felt like it was one of those things where the Heat, their window to succeed and compete in the Eastern Conference, it felt like last night it closed, and the window opened up for the Orlando Magic, where now we're open for business. That's what it felt like last night. The Magic were the better team, and they showed it, and they proved it. If you are an Orlando Magic fan, you have got to be excited. You probably went to bed the most excited you've been since maybe Dwight Howard and the Magic made the NBA Finals. It's been a long road. I get it. Long road since then, when Dwight left the team in 2012. It's been a long time. 12 years. Next year, it can have its bar mitzvah with that story. It's been a long time. Long time. But it feels like, and I'm going to say it, I know it's one game, and it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's an 82-game regular season. Playoffs don't start till mid-April of next year. But you know what? The Magic are back, and they're legit. And they got guys on this team that are fun to watch. They're likable. They like playing with each other, and they're ready to win a lot of great basketball games this year. They really are. And I think about the NBA scheduling where it's like, oh, coming up tonight, Sixers, Knicks, and then it's Bucks, Celtics, then Bucks, 76ers. It's the same teams over and over again. Pacers and Knicks. Hey, we got a team here in Orlando, in Central Florida. They can play some basketball, and they are coming. They are. That was a big-time win. And you know what they did also last night? For the first time in a long time, they were shooting that rock from the outside. They attempted 49 three-pointers. Last year, they were dead last in the NBA at shooting the three. They came out last night, and they were firing from the outside. Everyone's got the green light. Everyone. And Paolo, Franz, Gary Harris, Cole Anthony, Jonathan Isaac, all these guys, Mo Wagner, everyone on the team has the green light to shoot the three. I don't feel like they had confidence to shoot it last year. Last night they showed, yeah, we're going to shoot that rock. I think the opener was Boston, the NBA champions, and they shot it like 60 times from the outside against New York, and they just bombed them out of the building in that home opener. The second most attempts was Orlando last night. They hit 18 of them. You know what? Keep it coming. And the offensive rebounds there, and it looks like they're 10 deep. I'm telling you, if you're a Magic fan, you should be very excited. And again, it is a marathon, not a sprint. But that was a statement last night. That was. They're taking on Brooklyn coming up tomorrow night there at the Kia Center, their home opener. They should destroy Brooklyn. Brooklyn is a trash team. The Magic should show up, lay the smack down, get to 2-0, then get ready for the next game. I'm not kidding around. Now, look, every team goes through stretches where you're going to lose games. It happens. Hockey, baseball, basketball. It's a long season. You're going to have stretches. You're going to lose 5 or 6 games in a row. You're not going to play well. It happens to everyone. But this team, and I said this yesterday, my expectations are a top 4 seed, playoffs in round 1. Well, maybe it's 55 wins. Maybe it's even more. Maybe this team in the Eastern Conference, maybe they can make a run now. I'm very excited. And Paolo is the man. He is 21 years old. He is in year 3. And he joined a very prestigious group where who scored 30-plus points in a season opener for the Orlando Magic? I think it's Shaquille O'Neal and Tracy McGrady. And now Paolo Banchero. And man, he's sitting from the outside. He's dunking on fools. He is the complete package for the Orlando Magic. And so is Franz Wagner. You talk about a second banana. Franz is the man. He is. He's hitting those shots, and this is exciting. I can't stress this enough. It is for real. And there were a lot of Magic fans there last night. There really were. And when the Heat fans left that game halfway through the fourth quarter, those Magic fans, they stuck around. They drove down there, and they were chanting, "Play the song, and let's go Magic." They were doing it last night. It's a big win. Big win. So I'm like watching the game, and my Twitter feed, it's like a wildfire. It just takes over. It was on Facebook as well. Just all these fans who've been suffering for a long time. Oh, that's kind of the best interpretation I can do. Just that form of language. Oh, they're excited. They are. Big time smackdown. I think the Heat, I think their window is closed. I think they're finished from, we're going to go back to the finals. No, you ain't going back to the finals with this score. You're not. And the Magic, it's like, hey, what do we got here? What is this? This is going to be exciting. And you got KCP, who I don't even think played that well last night. But give him a couple weeks to figure this out and really get acclimated into this team. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. I am starting the first 10 minutes of this show on the Magic, and it's the heart of the football season. And we got great games coming up. We got great games coming up tonight for Thursday Night Football. I mean, you got Rams and Vikings? That'll be a good game to watch. You got the World Series coming up, high school football tomorrow, college football Saturday, NFL Sunday. It's the heart of the football season. And honestly, that Magic game was so good last night. Keep it up. Sign me up for that. And I like MJ, my coworker. She was with me on Media Day. She's like, all right, I want to go to games, and how can we give away tickets? I was like, you know what? I'm with you 100%. I gotcha. Don't worry. I'm on board with you when it comes to this. I am. That was nice. It was a big-time win for the Magic. I know what you're thinking. Mark, are you going to play the song? Don't worry. We'll get to the song. Are you going to play the song? We'll get to the song. Don't worry. That's what they do. Orlando Magic Twitter. They win the game, first thing they write. Do you want us to play the song? Yes, we do. We want it. We want it good. And I started thinking, all right, I don't have a Magic jersey. Which player should I get? Like, do you get the Paolo? Do you do that? Or is that like, oh, no, he's the coolest dude. Everyone wants that. Or do I go with another one? Do I get a Cole Anthony? Or do I get a Franz Wagner? What do I get? Do I get a Mo Wagner jersey? Would that be cooler to get? And I knew, and I said this, when I was going to those playoff games back in April, which were amazing in person. That crowd was incredible. And I hope we get that moving forward this season. It was really cool where I take this kind of back way into the stadium. You know, usually it's, if you're looking at it from, I'm trying to think how you could do this. Like, if you look at the stadium, like here's Church Street, you're crossing the street going west towards the stadium. You're on the north side of the building where the main entrance is, and it says, welcome to the Kia Center. You go there. I go the back way on the other side, the southern part of the stadium. I go that way. There's like a back way media goes. I know players go through that. The Geico Garage is across the street. So you go that way. So it's funny. I was like walking. So I always think going into that game 6, which they won, which is one of my favorite sporting events I've ever covered before. And there were all these little kids, and they were going to the game with their parents. And every single little kid, and there was like 5 or 6 of them, they all had a different Magic jersey on. And they must have been 10, 12 years old. And, you're used to seeing, he's got a Tracy McGrady. He's got a Shaquille O'Neal. No, not these kids. These kids were wearing Jalen Suggs, Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, Cole Anthony. They're wearing this new generation because that's what's happening here. It is. And I know this whole segment's turning into like free promotion for the team. Tickets are available. If you are 30, 40 years old, you're like, well, when I was a kid, Shaq was on the Magic. I love Shaq. Now, if you're a little kid, you're going to be like, well, I was there when I was a little kid. Paolo Banchero was. That's what's happening here. It's the next generation. It is. So that was a big win. And if you're a Heat fan, I hope you're very, very angry today because you did get your ass kicked by the Orlando Magic. And in that third quarter, I switched over to the Miami Heat TV play-by-play. They were not happy. No, they were not. And here's the example. They showed Dwayne Wade on the sideline. He's sitting courtside. He's sitting there, and they were discussing how, I think it's like Sunday, they're going to unveil the Dwayne Wade jersey statue in front of the stadium. And they're like, yay! And the play-by-play team goes, I wish he could be out there right now. Yeah, exactly. Because maybe he could stop Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. Big win. Big win. Let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll play the song. Don't worry. We'll play the song. And Tim Walters, Florida Today newspaper, is going to join me. We'll preview Friday Night Lights. We'll get his thoughts on the Magic. And hey, could Billy Napier save his job now there at Florida? We'll break it down next.
This is Jim Rome with your Rome